Alright, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Ray, back with another video. And today is a little bit different video. Today is not just me out fishing. Today I'm going to be talking about baits and overall the fall season. We're getting ready to hopefully slowly transition into the fall bite. So this video is a little early because it's the beginning of August, but this will all kind of play into one another. So yeah, I'm pretty much going to go through all the different techniques I'll be using pretty much August through kind of fall, and the rods I'll be using them on, and yeah, pretty much a little bit of everything. So let's get started. I usually like to start power fishing using a fast moving bait. So I am going to use my fast fishing rod, which is my 7'3" Daiwa Laguna, which I have a Piscifun Tarrant 7:1 gear ratio. This has 15-pound line, and right now I've been fishing a lot of fish that have been suspended offshore, so spoon is definitely a great bait for that as well. You can rip it through those suspended fish and just really try to get that school up and activated, try to get a reaction strike when they're not biting. That's definitely a big part of it this time of year. I mainly am using this like in the middle of the day, like when I can find schools suspended. So pretty much every bait I'm going to go over is going to be these moving baits. I'm going to throw with that Daiwa Laguna, and I'll try to include some clips in here as well when I'm talking about the baits. The next bait, this is probably my favorite bait to throw. I'm a huge fan of lipless crankbaits. Like, I really love lipless crankbaits. I'm not sure if you can tell, but this one literally has teeth marks in it. I mean, it's been used so much. And crazy enough, this is just a Ozark Trail lipless crankbait from Walmart, but man, it's so good. It has some super loud rattles in it. And I kid you not, I can drop some clips in here below, some videos and pictures. I've caught probably 3 bass just in the last month with this lipless that were about 5 or 6 pounds. I mean, holy crap, guys. Holy crap, dude. As soon as we're talking about wrapping up, look at that. Let's get it, boys. Another tank out the yak, baby. My goodness, boys. What, and this is my second cast? What a way to start off the day. I just love using the lipless to cover a lot of water fast and really rip it through grass, and you get a lot of reaction strikes with it. This is probably my favorite bait right now. I'm not even trying to be funny. I had a black one, and the black was honestly doing the best for me because I've been fishing a lot of muddy water. But this one doesn't do bad either. You can kind of fish it in both. And the lipless is more so for like when it's more like an aggressive bite going on. And if they're not really biting aggressive, then I'll probably downscale it to the swim jig. This is a Booyah swim jig. I'm not sure, I think this is a Yum trailer on the back too, Yum craw, green pumpkin. It's a really nice bait to come through grass too, but it's not as aggressive as a rattle trap. As far as the noise it's making, it's coming through as a more natural presentation. Like, this can really resemble a bluegill, even though it's a craw body. It can resemble a lot of different things, so a little bit more natural. Catch a lot of fish on swim jigs. This time I'm throwing around grass, docks, drop-offs, points, pretty much everything. And when the bite is more finessey, this is probably my favorite go-to bait right now, the underspin. God damn it. Man. Got him that time. Got his ass that time. Yep. Okay. Put the pattern together. Put the pattern together. Suspend it. Got him that time. Yep, got his ass that time. Well, it's fighting like it's a decent one. Ooh. Okay. It is decent. That's fine. That old underspin, they can't stand it. It's something about this bait that they truly cannot stand. It's just something about that extra little blade down there spinning that they cannot stand. I mean, period. It's definitely a great bait. I like to use a paddle tail, but a lot of times I will use just a regular straight tail minnow like the freeloader from Rapala and Green Pumpkin. Usually works pretty good with this because it's more of a finesse style presentation that you can move faster. So it's usually really good. Underspin is definitely one I would recommend as a top bait for pressure bass. And specifically suspended bass. Suspended bass and throwing this around grass as well is great. And my last one for this category is a Zoom speed worm. Oh, got him. Oh, yeah. Got him that time. Not a bad one. From the pop. Ooh. That bitch. Woo. It's not a bad one. Someone tried to get my boy. Okay. Putting it together. Ooh, got him. Ooh, that's a nice one. Whatever it is, decent. Get him back. Where the hell is he at? I haven't seen him. All right, apologies. My battery had died for a second. Yeah, that's a decent one. About 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds. Going back off that point with that dock. Deeper grass. You can cover a lot of grass, not a lot of grass, a lot of water with a speed worm, and you can fish it slow or fast. So it's really practical for pretty much any situation. And it's just something about a worm presentation in the summertime that's really like appealing to bass. Like, I don't know if it's just more digestible, but it's just still a good sized meal. And I have this one paired up on an underspin. So it's definitely interesting. You can usually just run it as a Texas rig, but I like to change it up, do something a little bit different. I feel like nobody has really thrown this. I mean, maybe they have, but definitely something different. We'll talk about top water real quick too. Top water for me is probably like a first hour and a half of light or evening time thing. I'm not really throwing a whole lot of top water right now in the summertime at this point. But if I am, I'm gonna try to start off aggressive with a Whopper Plopper. This is a Whopper Plop from TruSend. This is some type of green chartreuse color. And I like to throw a popper as well if it is like more like calm, slick water out there and the fish don't seem to be coming up really aggressive chasing bait. And I forgot to add, with the plopper, I'm going to also be throwing that in windy conditions, like where it's rougher. A little bit more noise that can be made for the plopper without it being too much. And the popper is to be subtle. So it's kind of complete opposites of each other. And I would throw these two baits on my heavy rod. I have two heavy rods, but this is my top water rod. This is a 7'6" Abu Garcia Vendetta. And I have a Abu Garcia Pro Max reel on here, 7-1-1. This is a heavy power fast tip rod, so it can really get some far casts out there, and it can handle big fish. I got 17-pound line on here as well. Now we will get to the point, not biting top water, not biting a moving bait. Now we're slowing down. And in this category, I have a couple different versions of slowing down. To me, I'm fishing the Abstract 6 cents. This bait is definitely great. It's definitely a good bait. I haven't caught anything crazy off of it, but it does get a lot of bites. And specifically, I'll be fishing this like how people would fish a big 10-inch curly tail worm. I know a lot of people fish like a jerk bait, but I'll let it float all the way down where those legs can really shimmer or glisten, pop it back up, and just continue to do that. And this is an 11-foot, 8-inch kayak, so it's almost like a John boat. You know, it's a big kayak. Huh. Oh. Oh, who knew?
He's a healthy guy.
Yeah, he is.
You ever catch anything other than the bass in here?
I catch crappie in here. And I have caught some catfish too.
There's catfish around here. You know, if you fish in the evening,
What'd you say?
if you fish the evening, you know, you can catch catfish.
And it will get bites like that too. So I will fish it like a jerk bait sometimes, but the main way I'm fishing it is like a big curly tail worm. So this is definitely a bait I like to slow down with and fish. So that's a little bit different. Another slow down bait, of course, that has to be in there is the big curly tail worm. This is a Zoom big curly tail worm. This is a 10-inch worm. I think this is watermelon fleck. I'm not sure what exactly this is, but it's a great color. And I'll rig this on a Texas rig, probably like a 4-aught Texas rig. And yeah, I will probably fish this over points. I like to fish worms through grass specifically. That's how I love targeting grass this time of year. So I will just slowly bring it through the grass, pop it free, let it sink back down, and I get a lot of bites like that. So this is a really great bait. I mean, out of all these baits, this is a classic. I mean, you cannot go wrong with this pretty much any time of year. Another one that's in here, there's not far behind any of these, really right up there, one of my favorites of all time, is a football jig. Got another one. A little bit better one. Ooh. Oh yeah. You think he wanted that jig? This is a 3/8 ounce football jig. And this is a Yum crawl on here. This is black and blue. Both of these are black and blue. This is a 3/8 ounce football jig. I love throwing football jigs on points. I love throwing it under docks. I love skipping docks with them. The rocks, riprap, pretty much anywhere for real. Sticks, brush piles. It's just a great overall bait, and it gets big bites. I mean, it's just a proven bait. I could put so many pictures in here and videos of me catching pigs on jigs. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. It's definitely a bait that you have to eventually start getting good with. And for that section of baits, I'm throwing this on my other heavy rod. This is a 7'3" Falcon. This is a heavy power, fast action rod. And I got this paired with a Sabui. This is a Sabui reel that is a 8-to-1. I think it's this is an 8-2-to-1 gear ratio. So really fast reel where I can reel up really fast, but still the rod has that backbone and power to really grind fish out of tough spots. And this one's paired up with 17-pound line as well. 17-pound fluorocarbon. And yeah, now we're pretty much on to the last section of baits. And this is when we're not getting a bite with anything else. We're just trying to catch a fish. We are going to use finesse rigs. And one of my favorite finesse baits right now this time of year is a drop shot. That is a Berkley Power Bait drop shot minnow. This is a 1/0 Nico hook, I believe, and I have it on a 1/8 ounce drop shot weight. Nothing too crazy about this setup. And I like to fish this slow. A lot of times I like to rig my drop shot weedless, and I'll fish it through grass, or I'll fish it through off points and off ledges. But you're pretty much fishing at how you would fish a Texas rig. It's just a different presentation of it. Another drop shot rig I really like. These things look crazy, but they're like a little Ned bait. I got these off of Temu. But it's supposed to be like I don't know what it's supposed to be, like a little bug, a bee or something, but it definitely catches fish. I like to drop shot rig these gill baits too. I know a lot of people use them for Texas rigs, but I love these for drop shots because they have a lot of action in the tail. Another bait I love this time of year for finesse fishing is shaky head. Yeah, we're pulling out the finesse baits, man. Need a bite, dude. Forgot what them heads are called. Got him too. Yep. Pull out the finesse bait and instantly catch one. Okay. Might be a sign. Pull out the finesse bait. Instantly get a bass in the yak. Alrighty, buddy. Shaky head is a great bait. I love using this around docks, grass, laydowns, pretty much anywhere I can't really get a drop shot effectively, because this can just slide in there and it'll sit up straight in that finesse presentation. A great way to catch them, really river, lake, pond, anyway. And there was one more I wanted to talk about. Give me just a second. I wanted to talk about the Nico rig. The Nico rig is I don't know if it's underrated now. It's been out for a while, but it's a great way to present a worm. So you have it where you have a band on your worm. This is just a basic $50% worm from Walmart. I have a 1/0 wacky hook that's weedless, and I have it hooked backwards, but I have a nail weight in the front of this worm. I believe it's a 3/32 ounce nail weight, but I have it chopped in half. So, and that will allow the Nico worm, or the worm itself, to float down the water column straight down instead of with a wobble. So it's kind of just a new presentation, a different presentation, and then the worm itself will stand on the bottom like this, and then you'll be able to pop it up and go on forth as such. A great presentation for finesse bass. So yeah, that's pretty much my baits that I'll be running this month, probably through about September. And you know, I'll adjust a little bit from there, but for the most part, those are the baits I'll pretty much use the rest of the fall, and I'm confident I'll be able to catch fish with them. So if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. Let me know what your baits you're gonna be using for the fall and just your overall thoughts. Also, shout out Reaction Tackle, one of my biggest supporters and just bigger supporters on the channel in general. They help supply me with a lot of fishing line and great gear, so check them out. I'll leave that link in the description, and just leave any ideas you have for future videos, guys. Appreciate you checking out the channel. Stay tuned and stay blessed.